Hi, this is Julia with Stork'd, the podcast about the many ways we are defining and creating family. If you were to define family, or what family means to you in a word or no more than a sentence, what would it be?
My definition of family is love, plain and simple, I think. A family isn't always blood. I think a family is love and support and care and putting other people in front of yourself or in front of your needs. And I think a family can be made of anything. And I think just having that love for someone else and putting them above yourself, I think is family. I have so many friends that I consider family, people that are not blood. I think are family because I love them and I want the best for them.
I think family is everywhere. Friendships in any form are family to me. And of course, like my siblings, my parents, I find family everywhere. It's just important relationships to me of all different kinds. And I feel like all of the different relationships I have are fulfilling me in certain ways. And some are fulfilling me in like this column, some are fulfilling me in that column. But family is everywhere. And kind of the narrative of you can only have a family if you have kids is just so not true. Even just a couple, just a twosome is a family. That's another thing you can't really like put a label on, the same as love, where it's like everyone defines it differently. Yeah. So it's whatever works for you. If it's you and your kids, that's great. And if it's you living by yourself with your plants or your pets or whatever, then that's great too. And I think that both of those things incorporate family, because I think family is wherever you feel your best, wherever you feel kind of the most fulfilled.
Oh, that's a great question. For me, family is a group of people who come together either biologically or by choice to support each other through their journeys in life. Mm. And they're the ones that you turn to who are there for you through thick and thin. And for me, that's what a family means. And what gender you are, what race you are, whether you're birth or not birth is like, that's like only, that's extraneous to what the core of what a family unit is. They could be all ages too. That's for me what really a family is.
I think there are like different types of family. Of course, there's biological families, there are adoptive families, there are chosen families. I guess I can only define like what my family is, which is a mix of all three. So like I personally consider my biological family to be my family. I also consider my adoptive family to be my family. And then I have people in my life with whom I love dearly, who are my chosen family. I think that will evolve over time. It'll expand in terms of the people that I bring into my life. Yeah. And claim as family. Yeah. But one thing that is really important is a lot of times when people talk about adoption, they're like, blood doesn't make a family. Please don't say that. It infuriates a lot of adoptees. And like, I think people say it because they want you to find comfort in like, we're capable of loving someone who is not biologically related to us, who is not blood. It's like, if you want to have a chosen family, I didn't consent to any of this. And I don't consent to being told that my biological family should not matter, because they matter so much to me. And they're so important to me that blood does make a family. So blood is important. And there are other ways to say that an adoptive parent is capable of loving someone who is not biologically related to them, instead of saying blood doesn't make a family.
That's a nice question. I think maybe a simple way to put it is family is probably where life begins and where love should never end.
Oh gosh, wait, let's say that again. Family is where life begins and love should never end.
Ever growing. Ever evolving. I mean, it's interesting for me because family to me has never been defined, right? So I've never had an actual blood relative until I had Stella. So for me, friends have been family. Ex-boyfriends have turned into family. Stella's friends have turned into family. So I think it's in just an ever growing sense of love, and that can never be defined. And it's almost, just what is the 8?
Oh, it's like the infinity sign?
Infinity. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That's what I feel family is to me. You know, I have friends that I felt like have been family and then have, you know, gone on another path or we've grown apart, but that doesn't make them any less a part of my family journey. So yeah, I just think it's just an infinity loop of people who really touch your heart. And I don't think it can ever be defined.
It's a good question. It's almost beyond words. It's the people that you love and know love you and show up, and you give support to and they give support to you, and it's not like no one's keeping track. It's just the people that show up for you and know you. And I feel really rich in that way, despite having a very small family. It's my brother and I lost my dad. I have one grandmother left, a mom. I'm no longer close with cousins, aunt and uncles, unfortunately, but I'm really rich in the chosen family department. And I have a lot of people I can count on and know that they love and will support me.
Ooh, my definition of family. I think that family, so there's two definitions of family really, because it's really the people that we're blessed to belong to, if you will, when we come into the world, and the people that came before us that are part of our DNA, part of our genetics. They're part of our past, and we'll still be connected to the people in our family line that we never even meet. So we're all connected one generation to the next. And I think that's really amazing. But I also view family as people that you choose to surround yourself with, that you have absolutely no genetic makeup, if you will. I mean, I have friends that I consider to be my family. And at the end of the day, it's just, I feel like it's people that you travel through your life with and that you show up for, and that they show up for you. And it's just unconditional love, non-judgmental. You're there for each other no matter what. And you can find friends and they can become your family.
I mean, the only thing I can say is just love and connection. I mean, that's what family is for me. It's just that unconditional love. And it's really that commitment and that connection, It's just, to me, it's just that, it's that happy ever after, as cheesy as that sounds.
Words jump out to me instead of like a phrase. Words. So community is big for me. It doesn't matter bloodlines. I'm actually from a very complicated family. I have step siblings, half siblings, adopted siblings, all of different ages. There's a 30-year age range between my siblings, my oldest and my youngest. And my dad was married before he married my mom. And the woman he was married to had 2 kids before they married. So my dad adopted those 2 when they married. And then they had 2 more. And then nearly 20 years later, he had married my mom and had my sister and me. And then later, 5 years later, they divorced. And then my mom remarried and he brought with him 2 daughters. And we all get along. So it's about community over blood and about connection, So family can be that group that you find online who gets what you're going through and you feel very connected to them. It can be the people that all came from the same blood, or the people that get together at the holidays, people who you feel connected to.
Everything. Yeah, that's what it means, I think. I think it's made me more conscious of things like my work-life balance. It's, I'm now not afraid to send an email saying someone, I'm sorry, I can't do this bit of work for you right now because I'm spending time with my family. It's made me reassess what's important and how I want to spend my time, basically.
Well, I know it's certainly not just showing up. It's more than that. It's being heard. It's being seen. It's feeling accepted. And that goes both ways. It's amorphous. And maybe it's love.
I've always called my friends family. We're Framily. So we're like friends and family, like put together. So I think family is what you make it.
Yeah.
And it doesn't need to be blood. It just needs to be connection. And yeah, just family is what you make it. You create your own rule book. You don't need someone dictating you the perfect family image. And that's really what it is. It's you write your own rule book. Family's your version of whatever you want it to be.
Thank you for listening to Stork'd with your host, Julia Carroll. This podcast is changing the conversation around the ways people define and create family. If you like what you hear, please support us by sharing with friends and following on Instagram at Stork'd_podcast. We also always appreciate it when you rate and review us wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. For more information, visit storkedpodcast.com to sign up for our newsletter. That's STORKD podcast.com.